Hi, and welcome to my show. My name is Lady Phyllis, and this is Good Vibrations, and I hope you're having a week filled with good vibrations. Well, did you ever have a feeling of that you've been there before, that you've done something before, even had a conversation before? A lot of people call that deja vu. And you know what? It means already have been seen or already seen. And a lot of times when we have those feelings, we put that down to, maybe we experienced already in a past life. And what was interesting is I explored past life regressions during the pandemic. I had read a book by Dr. Brian Weiss called Many Lives, Many Masters. I read it about 30 years ago. And that book pretty much changed my life. And it was about a doctor who regressed one of his patients, and she started to tell him personal information that nobody could have known. And it intrigued him. So he started regressing all of his patients, and he found that many people not only lived past lives, but they lived future lives as well. And it was a really stunning book because it explains why a lot of things affect us the way they do. For instance, the concept of past lives goes back many centuries. I mean, in India and ancient Egyptians and the Celtic Druids, they all believed, even ancient Greece, they all believed in reincarnation. And it was believed that if you didn't finish something in one life, or didn't finish a relationship or whatever, you got to finish it in the next. So it's really an interesting idea. Well, I did have a past life regression, and it was really interesting because while I was being hypnotized, past life regression, they hypnotize you and then they take you back through your birth and you move backwards through your birth to other lives. And uh, an interesting experience where I actually found myself in Holland in the 15th century. And what was even more interesting was I described my surroundings. I described what happened at the end of my life. But when he asked me to look at each member of my family, to look in their eyes, he asked me to look in the eyes of my father. And I said, "That's my mother-in-law." You know, her eyes were my mother-in-law's, even though it was a man. And when he asked me to look into another person in the room, it was my older brother, and it turned out that it was my husband. So it's a really interesting idea that we get to live over and over in different ways with the people that we love. And sometimes we get to even right the wrongs. So I'd like to know, how you feel about reincarnation, if you're interested in learning more. I do teach in my class, I teach two lessons on we cover reincarnation in two classes, one where I describe reincarnation and a lot of the signs and how to explore it, and the second class is we actually do a regression. And it's really interesting for a budding medium to do that kind of thing because they learn um, very often they learn that maybe the reason they do certain things or they have certain fears. For instance, I have a fear of heights. So my fear of heights is born from another past life experience where I was a fighter pilot. So it's very interesting. And of course, if you go on TikTok, you can get those past life regressions with children where they actually name names. It's so fresh for them and they haven't forgotten it yet that they actually can recall total lives, and even parents, relationships, you name it. So it's really fascinating. We have a caller, so I'm going to put my notes aside and let's get Shelley on the phone and see what we could do for Shelley today.
Hi.
Hi, Shelley. I did a lot of readings in Alaska the last 2 weeks. It's really interesting that you're calling from there. Um, so
Mm.
anyhow, have you ever had a reading before?
I have.
Okay. And I ask my readers, my sitters, to pick a page from my book. It kind of opens the door for me. So it's a book of affirmations and inspiration. So if you could pick a page 1 to 366, maybe we can get some kind of insight into who's on the other side for you.
I don't have your book, so should I just choose a
Oh, no,
number?
just yeah, choose a number 1 to 366, and I'm going to read what's on that page and let's see if it resonates. Any number.
Uh,
The first one
oh
that
my
comes,
gosh.
don't worry about it.
23, 20, 34.
Okay, 34. You did say you going for 23, right?
I started with 23.
22 or 23? Because I'm gonna read you both. So what was the other number you said?
23,
34? Yeah, 23, and the other one was
34.
34. Okay, so this is really interesting. 23, I know what it is because my granddaughter picks it all the time. And there's
Mhm,
2 pages I've memorized in the entire book, and these are one of them. So the first one, 23, says change is good. So I would assume that you're going through some kind of change in your life. And I feel like you're a little bit nervous about it. Like maybe there's a change in that it's I feel like people that you're used to being around, you don't have all of them there. There's changes, or you're moving, or there's just
mhm,
some kind of change going on in your life. And 34 says doors are opening for me. So sometimes we feel with a change that we're going into a dead end situation. But I want to say I'm picking up a female on the other side, and it does feel like a mother energy. Is your mom on the other side?
my grandmother
Well, okay, so it's
and my
grandma.
daughter.
And your daughter. I'm gonna start with grandma because I have grandma. I did see women, so I'm gonna go with your grandmother first. So,
She
remember when I
always
was saying
comes through first.
she was saying how your life is changing, right? That, and I said
Mhm,
people are leaving your life, new people are coming in. So obviously I'm sorry for your loss, you've lost your daughter,
mhm.
correct? And where is the
Yes,
K
ma'am.
name? Catherine, Katie. Where is the C or the K name? Catherine, Katie, living or dead?
Catherine, Katie, living or dead. My grandmother's name was Beverly.
Don't tell me anyone
Um,
else's name. Just see if you can find where this
I don't.
Catherine or Katie. If you can't place it, don't worry. Kelsey, Kathy,
This is the
Kelly.
this is the second time. There is a Kathy who is my ex mother-in-law.
Okay. Is she the mother of your daughter? Is she the grandmother of your daughter?
No,
She's not. But did she know your daughter?
yes, she did.
Was she close with your daughter?
No, um,
Um, is
no.
she here? Is she in the physical or is she in spirit?
Kathy is in physical in Montana.
Okay. So did your daughter dislike her?
I don't know really. Shaylin didn't have a lot of. She didn't tell me much about that part of the family.
But was there did Kathy or Catherine, did she create problems in your household between maybe your ex, your daughter, and yourself?
Yes.
Okay. So that because I'm feeling like they're calling out the name, and
Hmm.
this is a way for me to validate that this is your family. We try to place it. It's kind of like making a puzzle out of the sky. Now, I want to ask if your daughter passed suddenly,
Yes.
and was she responsible for her own passing?
Yes.
Um, were there drugs or alcohol involved?
No.
Did something happen to her throat or her head?
Both.
Yeah, because my throat just closed up. So, like that's what happens is spirit will direct me to where something was, where the message is.
I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. And if there's anything if you want me to stop, if anything's too painful, just please say, Phyllis, not here, or please stop. But
No, no, no. We're good.
Did you did you try to reach her, or did she call you and you missed each other? Was there a phone call where you sort of missed each other before she took her own life?
I tried to reach out to her. I did
Did you
not know what
you
was
didn't
going
know,
on.
but you had a feeling that something was going on?
I had a feeling something was off. We had gotten into an argument. It was silly. Shaylin and I had a very up and down. We were both hotheads. She still is. So am I.
Mhm.
Um, and we
But I
had not
wanna
been
tell you what she's
speaking for
saying
a few
about
months.
the hothead. You know what, Shelley, I wanna tell you what she says about being the hothead. She says that's the way you guys loved. Do you understand that? That that
Yes.
when you reacted, there's a passion about her that when she felt she was right, she'd go to the mat with it, or she felt she was being attacked, she attacked back. She was very there was this she showed me like a hard kind of shell around her that she felt that she had to be protective of herself, so that when somebody criticized or somebody went after her, her reaction was to attack back. But that was the way she loved. It was a kind of like a self-love. She protected herself. And she acknowledges that you had fights with her because you did love her, correct?
Mhm. Yes.
You only wanted was she involved with someone that you felt was really bad for her?
Yes.
And the fights were about whether she should leave this person or stay? Like, you sensed something was up and you would say to her, "It's time to move on or come home," or whatever?
Very early on, very, very early on, I told her he wasn't right. He was manipulative, and I did not want her with him.
Is there a child?
There's two.
Yeah, and is one of them a boy?
They're both boys.
Both boys, because I see a little boy. Yes, she's calling out. Is there a CH name like Chad or Charles or Chuck, living or dead?
There's a Kian and a Kian and a Bo.
Okay, well, the Kian, I would take that as the C name, or Chuck, Chad, whatever. But she says, so, do you have custody of the kids?
No, I do not. I'm not even allowed to talk to him.
Oh, it's too bad. Well, she calls out to her children, um,
Hmm.
she's around them, and she says that when she did what she did, it was done in like fierceness. I wanna say that she was angry. Was she fighting with her partner?
Yes, he threatened to take away the kids in the house, and that kind of sent her over the edge.
Yeah. Yeah, because
When
she's
when she
placing
tried to
blame at
slit her throat, yeah.
he tried to slit her
When she
throat?
No, she did slit her throat. It was
She
three
slit her
layers
throat,
deep.
that's why. Yeah,
Two weeks
yeah,
before she 2 weeks before she shot herself in the head.
mhm. Yeah, I felt the throat, like, all of a sudden, I felt like my throat kinda closed up. Um,
And her
sh
husband was very non sympathetic.
Mhm. Well, I think that when she did commit suicide, she wants to say that she first went to her children, and then did you feel her, that she was around you when you couldn't reach her? Did you feel her presence?
I was in Columbia Falls, and the most beautiful monarch butterfly, I didn't get it at the time, followed me for a good 5 minutes. I mean, literally right next to my leg, and then just veered off. And that is about the time that we found out that she did it.
Well, because she says that she came to you, so if her manifestation was in the butterfly, that was the message to you that she's all right. And when she says doors are opening for her, I think that this is the most peace that she could have. Do you understand that?
I do.
That
I do.
she
I
couldn't
just
have
wish we could have resolved our differences before.
we talked about reincarnation, she just said not in this lifetime, that she couldn't resolve it, not in this lifetime, that no matter what she
Yeah.
did.
No, I get it.
Where's the J name for her? J, John, Joe, George. Where's that J sound?
Uh, there's an Aunt Janie that she used to like. There's a, mm, I don't know. I mean, my grandmother and my grandfather were both up there.
And they have J names?
No, they don't.
Okay, don't tell me their names. But she calls out a J name. So you said Janie was a friend of hers?
My Aunt Janie was close to all of my kids.
Okay, and is she here? Alive, Aunt Janie?
Hmm.
I would guess that she's calling out to your Aunt Janie. Um, but she wants you to know that she's fine now, that the agony
Hmm.
is finished. That I don't think that she had peace any part of her life. I don't feel like she had peace in any part of her life.
She didn't.
And when she said doors are opening, I don't know if that was for you or for her. That in other words, when you pick those numbers, change is good. As painful as this
Mhm.
change was, she's letting you know that this change was better for her, that she couldn't continue on the way it was here. But that if doors are opening, doors do open on the other side too. You know, they don't consider themselves dead. They don't like when we call them dead. They have jobs, they have purpose, they are around us. So my feeling is that she's doing did she like animals?
Oh, loved them.
Because she's showing me she's got a horse. I
Oh,
feel
she
like she's
would.
yeah, I feel like she's she's showing me daisies. So I don't know if Daisy is a name that's important to you or if daisies mean anything, but like she's making a crown of daisies around the horse's head. Um, but I feel like
Tanya, her younger sister, loves
yeah.
daisies.
Okay, so
Mhm.
that would be a call out to her younger sister. So, because she kept showing me daisies. But, she's definitely, got purpose. She says she's jiving and she's got her groove back, and she wants you to know she's not just laying on a couch doing nothing or feeling sorry for herself. Remember what I said, doors are opening for you? Doors are opening for her
Mhm.
too. So with everything, if you're going through some kind of changes now in life and doors are sort of
Mhm.
opening up for you, if you I don't know if it's work related or relationship or whatever, please understand that it's mirroring for her too. Do you understand that? And that as
I
life
do.
gets better for you, it's mirroring with her, all right?
I'm just having a difficult time getting through this. It's only been a year. It was a year on Saturday.
It's there's no time limit on grief. Grief follows us. Grief is like a blanket that we put on and we can't get off. You've gotta make sure that you get appropriate help. When my husband died, I went to 2 bereavement groups, and talking and being with people who understood how I felt was one of the most important things that I did. So please get
That's my
help.
thing, is trying to find somebody who has been through this certain type of situation.
It is
It's a
different,
different.
but a loss of a child, there are definitely bereavement groups, you can get them online, where people have had a loss of child, and, you know what? Any loss of a child is hard for even if a parent is sort of prepared for it, it's really hard. So go
Yes,
online or look for a good bereavement group where you could get in and just talk about how you're feeling and get the help that you need. I was in 2 different ones. One of them explained to me, it was a group, that explained the process of grief, and that really helped me because I understood where I was in the process of grief. And I didn't do that when my parents passed because I felt it was a natural part of life, and it was a big mistake, and I didn't do that mistake for my kids. I made sure they went when my husband died, even though they were adult. So I'm a firm believer in getting help, you know. Um, I've
yes.
got another call. I want to wish you the best, and I'm really sorry for your loss. I hope this helped.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, we're going to take Cheryl in Houston, Texas, on the other side of the country. We were up north, and now we're going to be down south.
Hello.
Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you, ma'am. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Have you ever had a reading before?
Yes, I did.
Good. Okay. Cheryl, I use this book to kind of open the door. 366 affirmations and inspirations to live by. Can you pick a page number 1 to 366? Any page number.
54.
54. Okay. Thoughts are things, and I can make them happen. So, are you going through something right now where maybe there's also great change in your life and you feel that you're in a negative part of your life, like things are not working out for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I have a male on the other side. It feels like it's a father or a grandfather. It does feel like it's behind me, so that would indicate it would be a father or a grandfather. Is your father in spirit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I feel like I've got your father with me, and he's saying that you have to understand that you have to think positively about things. If you're going to consistently feel negative about things, you're going to attract. Have you ever heard of law of attraction?
Yes, ma'am, I have heard of it.
Yeah, so that when you think negative thoughts or you constantly put things down or say it's never going to work out, it definitely won't work out. So your dad says you have to kind of flip the switch and he says start looking at the positive side of things instead of going to that negative side, whatever's going on in your life. He wants you to try to find the sunshine in between the rain. But I feel that things are deeper. Did you lose a husband or a male contemporary?
No.
No, you haven't lost a brother, a male? You haven't lost any kind of, male?
I mean, yes, I mean, there is a male, my brother, who's with whom the relationship is right now broken.
Okay,
A
so
strained
you've lost your
relationship.
brother in the sense that your father's showing me a male is missing from your life, so I didn't know how to interpret it. So this is your father's son?
Yes,
Does he have the same name as your father or has a portion of your father's name in his name?
yes, he does. I
Yeah,
mean, the
so
last name is the same.
he's
And
valid.
my dad,
Yeah. So what he's saying is have you tried to reach out and fix this problem with your brother?
yes.
And your brother like totally does not want to work things out.
Hmm.
Yeah. He says, you know how he is. Is he hot-headed? Is your brother hot-headed? Or is he like stubborn?
Yes, yes. He's
Yeah.
very stubborn.
Yeah, what he's giving me the belief is that if you just maybe write a letter, a positive letter, close the book on whatever happened, don't bring up the negative parts of that. If you end up seeing your brother at a family event or whatever, don't bring up the past, just move forward, like close the book on the past and maybe try to connect on something that you both like, whether it's food or a holiday or a person, whoever it is that you're going to their house and you find yourself communally there or whatever, it may open the door on opening up that relationship again. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, I mean, I have no problems. I have tried many times, but he doesn't want to do it.
Okay, so I think
So,
what your father says is if you don't nag him and take it have you seen your brother at all? Do you get together?
I mean, he lives in a different part, and I live in a different part of the country. But definitely, I did see him on online. Yeah, it's
Okay.
more of a clash with my mother than with me.
Okay. So he has a clash with your mom rather than you, correct?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like your father says if you leave him alone, it's going to go away and he's going to come back, but it'll never be what it was. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do understand that.
Yeah. He says, and you just have to take whatever you get.
Hmm.
But I think you have to take what it says in the book about negative thoughts. And your father does indicate that whatever's going on, I feel like is your brother with another person, like a spouse?
Yes.
I'm assuming it's a she or he. Are they a pot stirrer? Do they make trouble?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I feel like it's more the spouse or the partner, whoever he's with, is making the trouble. That eventually your brother's going to realize that they're creating the issues. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So you just kind of have to wait it out, Cheryl. Um, I want to ask about your dad. Did he pass from something in the chest?
Yes, kind of. He had a brain hemorrhage, and then yes, he kind of passed away from. I can say a lot of kind of same together.
Right, because he's showing me the pressure in the chest. So you said a
Hmm.
brain hemorrhage, but
Yeah,
what
he
he so he had the brain hemorrhage and I don't think he passed away from the brain hemorrhage, but eventually his heart just
no.
gives out, like the heart can't continue, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Um he indicates he tried to stay. So did he ever regain consciousness from the brain hemorrhage?
Yeah, he gained conscious and he was alive for 6 months. And then he passed away after 6 months.
Yeah, he's showing me the chest
That's
area.
when he had the chest. Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
he had the chest problem.
Yeah, that it kind of couldn't support, um, his body
Hmm.
functions. What they show me is a figure 8 on the chest area, which would be congestive heart failure, or the heart couldn't support the other organs. And, he shows me he passed in hospice or in a hospital?
In a hospital.
Yeah, because he shows me he passed peacefully. It was quiet passing
Hmm.
in a sleep-like state.
Yes, in a sleep-like state. Yes, he was in ICU for a few days, in
Right.
5 days before he passed away.
He's indicating that, there was only one way out. Do you understand? There was no way
Hmm.
back. And,
Hmm.
you're taking care of mom?
Yes, I am.
He blesses you for taking care of mom. He says, "Thank you." Well, I'm sorry for your loss. We only have a few seconds left. I want to tell everybody, if you'd like a full reading with me, check out www.ladyphyllis.com. Check out my Facebook pages for all kinds of promo codes to get some discounts. And if you're interested in doing what I'm doing, take my course. I have a course starting very soon. So always check my websites. I have a Patreon, I have a course, and of course, you can find me on TikTok. I do lives. So hope to see you soon. Have a great weekend filled with good vibrations. And again, to my two callers, I'm sorry for your loss. Just remember, please keep a positive outlook and get help when you need it. Um, Hope to see you soon. And remember, law of attraction, put good out and you'll get good back.